The climate here is a mite more agreeable than Cloister. One good thing about being assigned to the Mantisaurs here. Sprats contain so...
Just think of the bits. Don't think about foul, disgusting, odorous, vile. Nope. Just think of the bits.
No! Halt! Do attack too! Attack! Kindly don't interrupt me. Training Mantisaurs is enough of a headache without answering a stranger's questions. Kindly up and at 'em! Swear you take more naps than a Raptidon.
Thanks for working hard so I don't have to.
You know, I didn't have any knowledge of corporations before the invasion. Besides some general teachings we had as children that they existed and were detrimental to humanity. As much as I abhor most things they fill dark gray matter with, I must agree with this. Corporations offer only pre-packaged emptiness. Fortunately, the Dawn offers perfection.
Perfect insanity, maybe.
Hey, we could use more go-getters like you.
Don't work too hard now. You'll make us look bad.
Rare to see a place like this relatively untouched by the war.
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Working hard or hardly working? Huh, that's rhetorical. Rolling up like flames!
So what's the story with you exactly? Do you stand for anything? Believe in anything beyond worshipping the rifts and stabbing things?
I do not worship the rifts, but you already know that, don't you? You are just trying to goad me. That's fine. I welcome your hostility. Enjoy it, in fact.
I'll speak plainly. Something's deeply wrong with you. If the commander wants you here, fine, I'll let it be. But I've got my eye on you.
If you really want to fight me, all you have to do is ask. I'll be happy to sharpen my blades on your bones. I even promised to try not to kill you.
You ain't got clearance to come this way. One step more and you die.
That better not be what I think it is.
Honestly, Bradford, I've no notion of how to cool your conniption. Corporate says I'm in charge, so I'm in charge.
You're in charge? Wait, you're in charge? Don't you mean the executive is in charge?
Of course, that's what I meant. Whether I say me...
Hey! Hey, stranger! Please, you gotta help me. They're gonna railroad me into a guilty verdict. Then I'll be declogging sewer sediment tanks until I'm dead enough to mulch. They're saying I murdered an officer, but they don't care what I've got to say about it. They just want me locked in here until they pen me in the sewers. I've absolutely no notion as to why. I've never been in no kind of trouble. I'm a good employee, I do my job, and I don't complain. And honestly, I actually like Chief Cuddy. He'd get you extra shifts if you asked, and only ding your pay if you really screwed up. And sometimes, if you really had to go, he'd even cover your bog breaks, pro bono. I'd never have hurt the chief, even if you offered to pay me to do it. I don't think nobody killed Cuddy. I was there. That's why they think I did it. And he was fine. Well, he was fine up until he wasn't, and then he just swole up and died. But the way he swole up, it's something Cuddy always said might happen. Only it don't make no sense that it happened now. We were eating chow at our post. Cuddy asked me to try his because it tasted funny, but I tried it and it was fine, just like mine. Then he just swole up, turned blue, and died. I made a ruckus, which called everyone in, and all they saw was him dead and me fine. So Security Officer Abner charged me with murder and threw me in here. It was exactly what Cuddy said would happen if he ate Crabble. He was deathly allergic to Crabble. But we ate Sisty stew, fresh from the can. And ain't no Crabble in Sisty stew. Yup. Cuddy had told everybody about his allergy, repeatedly, over and over, constantly. Nobody would have served him Crabble knowing that. But that's still gotta be how he died. So, I need you to talk to Security Officer Abner, remind him of the allergy, and let him toss all my gear. He won't find Crabble anywhere. No, that was days ago, and they tossed out the rest of the stew. So I don't even know if the docs will still be able to tell it was allergies that did in Cuddy. He will. He has to. It's the truth. I didn't murder nobody. Please, make him understand.
Yes, I hope you're not here to apply for employment. I'm already overwhelmed by the sheer volume of peons I'm forced to oversee. And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire is on tenuous footing. So if you stay, it's likely just a matter of time before I'll be stringing you up. Save me? From him? Oh, no. Not only is he not a threat, he's actually our senior officer. Allow me to introduce Strategic Investment Executive Wojciech, senior most representative at Fort Endurance. Now you're starting to sound like some of the wagabouts I've got under my command. Why would I be anything but serious? Executive Wojciech has been part of this unit since he was just a pupa. As he grew, he's shown exceptional bravery, stoic stalwartness, and strong leadership. It's earned him promotion after promotion, until our last battle against the Order deprived us of our former chief executive and left him as the senior-most trooper. The executive welcomes you, but would like to know what your business is in our base. My experimental mantisaur graft lets me speak with him as easily as I do with you. He emits pheromones that my antenna can detect. He wouldn't be much of a commander if he couldn't communicate with the troops.
Hey, Commander, it's my professional opinion that we should back away slowly. This guy's graft is either messing with his gray matter, or he's messing with us.
That is exactly what he's doing.
Designer Bradford, you've been warned about disrespecting the chain of command.
And you've been reminded, repeatedly, that I'm not under your chain of command. I'm technically under the Mantisaur, but that's got nothing to do with you. I just wanted to make it clear to our newcomer that you are full of shit. You've always been full of shit, and you will always be full of shit. So you're best ignored entirely.
That is quite enough, Designer. Of course not. I'm just a lowly trooper acting as interpreter. Otherwise, surely these folks would have figured it out by now.
We have all figured it out. Unfortunately, I'm the only one willing to say it to your face.
Yes, well, please excuse our curmudgeonly biologist. She's been a pill ever since the promotion that made Wojciech outrank her. Still, that ugly moment behind us, it's a comfort to my mind that you're here. Executive Wojciech has an assignment we're desperate to have done, but it can only go to someone outside our chain of command.
Not this crabble scat again. There is zero chance you're right. Zero. And this brilliant assignment of yours didn't go so well for the last group.
Wojciech can sense that there are some kind of mutated mantisaurs over yonder, and he wants us to secure one of their pupas to raise as his own.
Oh, stop it. The creature doesn't want a pupa. He doesn't want to breed a superior race of mantisaurs. He wants to eat meat, excrete the excess, and be left alone. That's it. Even if he could ask for a pupa from a rival nest, he'd probably just eat the law-be-damned thing to cut down on competition. He's a bug, nothing more.
That is enough. One more word in question of our executive officer, and I'll have you pitched over the edge with the rest of the enemies we've conquered here.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. With it, Wojciech can raise a Zeranium-mutated Mantisaur army, which will be even more dangerous than the ones Auntie's Choice evolved from the Halcyon stock. We need you to infiltrate the mutated Mantisaur nest, secure a mutated pupa, and bring it to me here. Do that, and I, and Executive Wojciech, shall make sure you are well rewarded for your efforts. Look in the nest to the east. That'll have your best odds. It's where Wojciech feels the pull from the strongest.
Feels a pull, Wentworth? Seriously? What am I saying? That makes the exact amount of scientific sense I'd expect from you. Excuse me? May we speak a second? Apologies for my outburst, but I had need to warn you that an earful from Wentworth is akin to sucking on an inhaler full of ammonia.
Hey, what are you two talking about?
Nothing of your concern, Wentworth! Just ignore him. He was clever enough to pretend that Graft lets him talk with the beast. So overnight, he upstarted from simple trooper to de facto commander of this installation.
You know it's impolite to whisper, right?
But I've studied him extensively, and it is most assuredly nothing but a play for power. I'm not surprised. You seem sharp. So, if you know he's lying, then you understand that catering to his will isn't gonna do anyone any good. Conversely, the scientific value of studying the mutated pupa he wants is exponentially greater than any possible use he could have for it. Bring it to me, and not only will I match any reward he offers, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that it will serve a much greater purpose. Wonderful! Scientific discovery awaits your return.
Personally, I'd much prefer leaving the pupa where it is and not giving into delusion. But on we press anyhow.
Well, what have we here? You couldn't look less Auntie's choice if you tried. So what are you doing in our fort? You happened to speak with my prisoner without my permission. Why by law would you do that, and why shouldn't I lock you up for it? And pray tell, what did our Trooper Bardot have to say for herself? What? How could that be? I made the stew myself and every one of us ate it. What? That's ridiculous. It was nothing but canned sisty stew. Stew that I Oh. Oh no. Oh, did you say Crabble? Well, he told everyone that. But that ain't exactly the same as it actually being true. See, Cuddy was what you'd call a complainer. He complained about the food. He complained about the weather. He complained about his bunk. He complained about everything. He's also somebody's nephew. Some junior executive. And if you gave him reason enough to complain about you, he'd take it up with his uncle, and it'd come back down in your head. Half his gripes were really nothing but reasons to grouse. But if you push back too hard, he'd run to his uncle. So most of us just ignored him, assuming he was constantly full of it, and didn't think twice about doing things like stretching the stew with canned Crabble stock. What? No, it was an accident. Nobody would have, at least nobody'd mean to. Law, his uncle is gonna see me transferred to mid-operation engine cleaning on the claim. Unless... Hey, how'd you like to make some bits? Some real bits? And keep a tragic accident that'll lead to the end of a promising career total secret? Well, no. Not yet you haven't. See, I can't just let Bardot go. There'd be questions, accusations, and assumptions as to who was responsible, and that's no kind of solution. And even worse, since there's apparently nobody coming to do an autopsy, I might have to just send Bardot to the claim to start her sentence on all available evidence. Absolutely. Come on now. You need to reconsider. I'm offering you good bits for easy work. You'll also be saving at least one life from the toils of endless labor.
What's happening? Are you making any progress? Thank you, but please hurry. I've got severe claustrophobia, and being locked in this tiny cage makes me feel like I've got a Manosaur Queen sitting on my chest.
Hello again. Have you brought me the pupa? Auntie's Choice has bred mantisaurs as weapons for decades. They've gone through a number of refinements, but they're functionally the same mantisaurs we began with. What's more, we have never witnessed them mutate in any meaningful way. Not in our labs, not in the wild, but here, on Dorado, they've done something remarkable. Inundated with xeranium from the river, the mantisaurs here have evolved adaptations that have never been documented before. I intend to be the first to do so. Wonderful! Imagine all the worlds that will be ushered into Auntie's Choice once we have a more monstrous mantisaur invasion at our disposal.
You're back? Why? Thank law. I was genuinely concerned I'd have to sort this out on my own, but I'd much rather pay you and drop the charges against Bardot instead.
So we got this thing. An acidic dematerializer that we use to melt mantisaur dung, so it don't call in the local wildlife. But it'll actually work on anything organic. Anything. That means if someone used it to melt Cuddy, there would be no body, which would mean no autopsy, which would mean no evidence, which would end the investigation.
I'd do it myself, but my boss said she's on her way for a surprise inspection, so I can't leave. But if you go find one and melt the body, I'll make it worth your while. Yes, that's exactly it. Now just head over to Cuddy's corpse and make it disappear. Well, really, make it turn into a small puddle. But that's neither here nor there. Thank law. You'll find Cuddy inside the tower, but you'll have to sneak your way past the guards. It simply wouldn't do for me to announce your intentions to the base. Then come back and tell me when I've got no more evidence to hold Bardot and can draw this whole thing to a close.
Thank law, Fort Endurance still stands. We ought to check in.
Hearing good things. I'm behind you 110%.
getting go-getter. I'm offering deals so good, they're worth crawling under the bullets and over the barbed wire it took to get here. Welcome to Bonnie's Barely Above Board Battlefield Bazaar, brought to you by Auntie's Choice. We know consumers are highly discerning in how they spend their bits in an active war zone, and I really appreciate you dodging literal bullets to bring me your business. And to show my gratitude, I'm offering you and only you a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime, exclusively discounted rate of 4/5 of Auntie's standard profiteering rate.
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. You here for the view? Checking that the cables I patched are staying together. When that big old gun downstairs was working, it rattled the wiring in the walls, so sometimes the lines short out. They bled us with constant shelling for the better part of 3 months, and it barely earned us a few dozen kilometers. Truth be told, I never thought we'd make it. Those sovereign sanctions can reach all the way across Golden Ridge. They rain shells the size of crabbles on us day and night. They made the invasion stall about 5 kilometers away, and would have ground us to dust if the cannons hadn't stopped and the Protectorate retreated. Like someone up here flipped a switch. 1 second our lives were pain and fear and death, and the next all was quiet. No more shelling, no more shooting. At first we thought it was a trap, that they'd start shelling again as soon as we popped our heads up, but there was nothing. We basically walked the rest of the way here. We didn't find out why until we got here and learned the Protectorate wasn't. The Protectorate hightailed it. They decided that if the Order was going to splinter off on its own, then it could fuel its own army and fight its own battles. Those Protectorate bootlicks took everything not nailed down, leaving the Order to try and figure out how to wage war with no gear and almost no know-how. It took them weeks to rally, and by then we owned most of Golden Ridge. If Auntie'd only send a few thousand more troops, we'd shove them completely off this rock. Anytime. Auntie knows that sometimes it takes being an informed consumer to be a confident consumer, and a confident consumer is a spending consumer.
You, the getting go-getter. I'm offering deals so good, they're worth crawling under the bullets and over the barbed wire it took to get here.
Can't say I was expecting to see anyone else in these parts for a good long while. Hello, friend. Welcome to the most beautiful half-built landing platform on all of Dorado. Simple, friend. Do you see any sergeants barking orders? Any of those spidery crystal critters lurking in the rocks? Any order forces storming the area? No, you do not. The perfect blend of just close enough to the base to be safe, but not close enough for any officers to get nosy. And I still get paid the same as if I was a frontliner. Ah, there's the real beauty of it. They won't. The Order's anti-air guns are a damn sight better than we expected. There's no reason to finish the landing pad on account of nothing can land. Command won't go back to building it until the war is won. Then I'm in no danger of being shot anyways. Maybe I'll even get a promotion for doing such a good job keeping this place safe. The Order gave us permission to keep a single emergency medical evacuation ship nearby. Would have really helped the troopers stationed in the outposts that just got wiped out. You know, if any of them had survived. Although with just one ship, doubtful the contracts of anyone below a captain covers medical expenditure of that level. Oh well. Oh, no doubt about it, friend. They've been blasting our landing craft out of the sky right, left, and center. I can't even imagine the total cost of it all. But as long as my bits keep rolling in, why should I care? Someone else is getting demoted for that, not me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get back to my favorite pastime, doing absolutely nothing and getting paid for it.
If you're planning on heading into that cave, I recommend finding some other place to practice your big game hunting. It's a mite dangerous even for pros, let alone amateurs. Fair question. There's too many to take head on. Gotta catch them alone. Stalk them carefully. Turn the hunter into the hunted, one by one. These aren't run-of-the-mill critters. With their razor-sharp claws and gleaming carapace, arachnids possess a terrifying kind of beauty. They really are the apex predator of this world.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Careful! That cave is chock full of arachnids. I'd stay away if I were you. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Careful! That cave is chock full of arachnids. I'd stay away if I were you.
Back in business.
Recharge for mayhem!
Is that the distinctive odor of arachnid blood I smell? Wait, you got all of them? All gone? Really?
Dang. Glad I ain't a arachnid.
You'll probably be my manager someday.
Get you gone. You ain't got clearance to come this way. One step more and you die.
I've been told Chief Cuddy's corpse has gone missing. Which is a surprise to both of us, I'm sure. Thank you for your help. You've saved 2 careers today and allowed us to put this whole miserable affair behind us. Does that mean you don't want my bits? Well, aren't you a moral marvel? Putting principle above your pocketbook. Too bad I'll never speak of this again. I'd love to hear what my investment circle would think of you.
You did it! You actually did it! I can't believe you could get it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so glad to be out of that damn cage. I wish I had bits for you, but I'm still in debt from this uniform, and meals, and the incarceration fee they charged me for being locked up. But I'm telling everyone what you did.
You lost, stranger? That's mine. I don't see a lot of new faces in these parts. What are you? Order? Protectorate? Anti? Really? An Earth Directorate agent? I have no idea what that is, but okay. Me, I'm a Sprat Trapper. Cute little things, but their tallow and hides fetch a high price. Used to be Protectorate, then worked for the Order, then Anti. Whoever's calling the shots on a given day. Now, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle so I can find out who I work for tomorrow. Sprat leather has military applications, as all things do. I also hear tell that higher-ups like to put them around their boots. You know, sprat spats. Slower than I'd like, but that's not the first time I've had to tighten the old belt. Things will pick up once the war is over. Unless a rift devours the colony. When that happens, sprats and bits will be the least of my troubles. See you around, agent.
I've had more than enough of your bloodthirsty talk. Can you not? For a little while at least? It's damned repugnant.
Seriously? I'd have thought it would be something you would understand, considering your penchant for murdering creatures and affixing them upon your person.
That's not... Hey, I'm not doing this for sport. I'd die if my graft hadn't been fixed.
Well, I would die of boredom if I couldn't daydream of viscera and my foes' impending deaths.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Working hard or hardly working? Ha, that's rhetorical.
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Sorry, time is bits. Bits is time. Or are, that is.
Truthfully, I'm not too shocked we got bombed. Betwixt stomping around on Order territory, the scrappers...
I'm the one firing the launcher!
It was
Best job ever! What?
Feel like a... Thought I was safe after avoiding that blast, but it seems to have attracted rogue mantisaurs.
Dang, that was void damn impressive.
Wish I had
Thanks for clearing them out.
Hold your fire. They aren't from the Order. Anyone who shoots pays for their own ammunition. Thought I was safe after avoiding that blast, but it seems to have attracted rogue mantisaurs. It never ends. Wish I hadn't lost my lucky bit.
These survivors are patching themselves up. Got to admire the naive optimism in the face of certain annihilation.
He'd make a great lower manager.
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation right after we've been attacked?
You all right, officer? We saw the impact and got over here fast as we could. If there's anything we can
do to part you from your bits while you're desperate? Yeah, I know your type. You go private, but then lurk in the shadows like manta wasps looking to prey on easy marks. You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? Help? Help how? Help is an offer to contract your services to a disadvantaged party with the aim of grossly inflating your prevailing rates? Help like that? Sure, that's what you mean. If you're not even going to be honest about your intentions, how could I possibly trust your services? Now get the hell out of my outpost! Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Then why by law are you bothering me now? Come back with a benefit to me or not at all.
Oh, thank law. It's Barnabas, the worst. Barnabas, I need you to go get help, buddy. I think I might be hallucinating. My insides, they're on... What's hotter than fire? They're on lava, they're on Planck plasma, they're on Clive's extra special Borst. I just threw up all over my shoes, and the laces are melting. Why are the laces melting? My insides, they're on... What's hotter than fire? They're on lava, they're on Planck plasma, they're on Clive's extra special Borst.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think you're doing? Just who are you, and why are you walking through my triage? Some kind of rocket attack, or maybe an orbital strike. Can't rightly say for sure, but it came from above and hit us hard. Don't suppose you're looking for a way to help. I'm absolutely desperate, and I'm sure I could rustle up some suitable reward if you helped. We need compression coils. The attack left more wounded than I have supplies for, plus a hefty amount of zeranium poisoning, and the coils on our auto docks have worn out. Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicaments needed to help the soldiers heal. How fortuitous. This feels like my first bit of luck in ages. It's a start. Thank you. Please, come back when you found more. You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us compression coils. Well, it's not much, but here's what I have.
Sounds like these coils will keep this tree.
You're back. Please tell me you've had well.
Oh, thank law. It's Barnabas, the worst. Barnabas, I need you to go get help, buddy. I think I might be hallucinating.
How do you eat Purpleberry Crunch? Real warriors eat it right from the box. Another promotion. Yes, I have earned it, haven't I?
Hey, we gotta talk about all the killing you've done. Specifically of my old co-workers. I understand that things might come up, give you no choice. But for all they've done, these folk are still mine. If we can avoid bloodshed, we should. For now it is, but I ain't keen on making that permanent, and I definitely ain't keen on you deciding my future for me. Better think hard about what you're saying and decide if you really mean it. Sure ain't the kind of talk befitting a healthy business relationship. Just don't put me in this spot again, Commander. I like what we got going. Be a right shame to end up on one another's blacklist.
You're the Maverick freelancer from the wireless.
Angie's choice is the best.
Auntie's choice is the best.
Better than all the rest.
All the rest.
Up, down, up, down, up, down. Just like the inconsistent profit margins of our competitors. Campson, think I can't see you lollygagging? Pick up the pace or I'll dock your pay. Keep making us money, friend.
All the